For dinner, I'm warming up some of the beef stew, the venison beef stew that I made, and I just wanted y'all to see just how tender the meat is. Okay, here's a big chunk of it, right? Big chunk. You just see that. Just so tender. And then here's a potato. I can't grab it. You see that? Just look at that. Just so good. So soft. Delicious. It's like makes its own beef broth. And the Instant Pot, I got rice going. It's gonna be a great dinner. I'm excited. And then we'll go do our chores and I'll bring you along and we're gonna talk about something. Are you making pumpkin pie creamer?
Yeah.
It does smell delicious though.
It smells amazing.
It's so hot. Today is like 100 degrees. Stinky. So I started this video off with me cooking dinner, warming up dinner, and it was the beef stew. Right now I'm going to walk some up to my dad and let him have some. But I was like, hey, I'm gonna go. We're gonna do chores. But I edited a video, and I did chores. But then I got to editing, and I was so tired. And I'm tired now. I actually just took a nap. Oh man, I've been hitting it hard at the gym really, but I took a nap. So now I'm gonna bring you along on chores, and we're gonna talk about some things that have changed on the homestead. Thought it was gonna be heavier. So I do want to say one thing before I get into what I'm actually going to talk about, and it's the fact that like today is Tuesday that I'm filming this. You'll see this on Wednesday, Milk Day. You will not get a Milk Day video on Thursday because tomorrow is actually a pretty cool day. Wade will be going to school one day a week. It's like a co-op thing for homeschooling, and tomorrow's his first day. So we're gonna go drop him off and stuff, and then we're gonna spend the day, Chastity and I, we're gonna spend the day with Zoe, just doing some mommy, daddy, daughter stuff. And so I'm just not gonna film tomorrow. What's the main thing everyone always forgets? Let's say it together now. The basket. We don't have the goats anymore. Look at this. I just want to cook chicken wings, okay? I just want to cook enough chicken wings to feed my family. Come on, Traeger. Hook me up, man. Come on in. Or Rectech. Rectech's pretty local. I'll go Rectech too. I mean, just saying. Just not asking much. So we do still have one goat, but she's not technically ours. My mother-in-law bought her from us. She's just still here for the time being while she's working on a pen. She's also got a little buck that she's getting to go with her. So she won't be here too much longer. And she's really not alone because she has Oak. She's known Oak since she was born. How do we get rid of them? Well, I've mentioned it before in other videos that I want sheep. And sometimes you have to let go of something in order to then get something else. So the goats just didn't, they were not part of our new plan. Or feeding them for what? I'm not using them for anything. I also mentioned that the stuff that we bring on to the homestead, I want to have a purpose. And the goats just didn't have a purpose anymore. Now, did we want to get rid of them? Not necessarily. I mean, we did love the goat. They were great. We had fun with them. But again, they just weren't part of the new plan. So then why sheep, right? Why do I want sheep? Well, multiple reasons. Not saying that I'm going to spin wool. You can shear the sheep and sell the wool to people who will then spin it and make yarn out of it. Okay? Depending on what kind of sheep you get. I mean, if you get a hair sheep, they're not going to have wool. They're going to have hair that they're going to shed. I want a wool sheep. I want the Gulf Coast. I think that's what it's called. The same sheep that our friends over at the Working Aussie Homestead have. It's like a tri-purpose breed where they have wool. You can grow them for meat, and you can milk them. I don't necessarily want sheep milk. Now, if it ever came down to it, sure, yeah, they had whatever. You know, I'll milk a sheep. But the main purpose is because they're a lot easier to take care of. Okay, goats, you have to supplement the feed. Okay, they're browsers, they're cleaning up, and the area that we had them is done. Okay, there's no more I can do. I have to spend a good amount of money to put more fence in. So adding fence was part of the plan. You know, I did a video where I showed how to do an H-brace. I was gonna add more fence. I did a whole video, Chas and I, where we were walking around, you know, I was clearing tree line and stuff. And then Chas and I just got to talking that it was just, we were feeding, we were just spending so much money on feed to feed the goats that it's just kind of pointless, it's just taking away from us. It's not adding anything. Sheep, they're a little bit easier to take care of because I can put them in an electric netting. So in essence, they're a little bit easier. But having them in the electric netting does require moving them, which then adds a little bit more work to it. But I have the property to do so. And though I do like cutting grass, sometimes it gets away from me. I don't want the grass to just grow up and be wild and crazy. There are some times that I want that, like when it's the first part of spring, I want the grass to grow and flowers and pollinators come around and stuff like that. But then I want to cut the grass and stuff. But if I move sheep around on the grass, they kind of help keep it cut. Also and fertilizer. So the nice thing about the Gulf Coast sheep is the fact that they originated in Louisiana, I believe, or in a very hot and humid area. So even though they have wool and you shear them, they're very much used to the type of climate that we live in. So that's one reason why I want to get that type, because they are very acclimated to how we're living. And so therefore it'd be a lot easier to take care of them. Plus they're a little bit more disease and parasite resistant. So I didn't want to keep the goats around just to keep them around. I don't feel like that I was doing them justice. They are now on farms where there's a lot more goats, a lot more area for them and stuff, and they should be a lot happier. At least I feel like they're happier. And so that's why we got rid of the goats. It just isn't part of our plan anymore, and I'm excited to be getting sheep. I wish I was announcing that we're getting sheep in this video, but I'm not. I don't know when we're gonna get them. The breeder, she has some right now, but I'm just not ready. I need to make sure that I'm prepared and have as much information that I need for them. So it's probably looking around January so that we're gonna be able to get some, maybe sooner. I don't know that exact timeline. I just know that I'm ready for them and I'm excited for them. So there's a little update on where the goats went. Hopefully the grass and stuff starts growing back a lot better right there, because we did thin down our flock of our egg-laying chickens as well. So hopefully things start kind of bouncing back a little bit to give oak and the chickens a little more scratching and grass and stuff. Appreciate you hanging out.